There aren't any words for it, I'm just gonna show you. Why are you being so dramatic? Like, oh, for God's sake. These flowers are so dramatic. Like, for what though? Oh my God. You've been watered. Unbelievable. This spider has decided to live here, and I kind of want to let it. Oh, the bee is back, the bee is back. Good morning. I've named it Max. Oh, hi. Hi, buddy. He's over here. He's coming like 3 days in a row. I've named him. His name is Max. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. I'm filming, but look at him.
Yeah, that was the one that was... Maybe there's just like a beehive.
This bee has come every single day for the last 3 days. I'm like a bee whisperer or something. But this is why, if you have space, put window boxes, put bee-friendly plants. Lavender is such a bee-friendly plant. What else I had? My antirrhinums are bee-friendly. Google bee-friendly flowers and whatever you can, put them. This is literally like a gutter. I can wedge them in perfectly. Water still goes underneath, so it's fine. But I have this on some upturned flower pots, and then sort of raises it up, so then you can see it from the other side of the street, and I can see it, and the bees can see it. We're on the top floor. Like, the fact that there is a bee all the way over here, I'm like, are you lost? But this is great. This is great. I'm very, very pleased with the bees. I really want to go to the garden centre now. I might just buy some soil. Oh, and so I'm learning to drive. Well, I've been learning to drive for ages, technically. Mum tried to teach me back in January with the first lockdown. It went okay. I managed to go around the car park a few times, but I have lessons. I have lessons this week. I have a lesson tomorrow, and I think on Thursday as well. So that's what we're doing this week. Emma learns to drive a little bit more than she was doing beforehand. Okay, so we've done it differently this time. Before I was wrapping it that way, and now what I've done is I started at the bottom, had the t-shirt behind me, tied it at the top, so when it's like tied at the top, hanging there, and then sort of flipped my hair into it, and then did it at the top. I don't know if there's like a technical term for this, but I figured this one out myself. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this. And it also kind of looks floopy now. I quite like it. My point is, I don't like when I flop it the other way, because then the shape of my hair doesn't work. Let's just done anything. Oh. Maybe. Do you want to know something fun? First of all, I really like my fit. Second of all, my mother absolutely despises this jacket. She hates it. Emma, that's so 80s. Why would you wear that? I'm like, look at it. Look at it. I am absolutely the centre of I am the main character. Like, this is just like an I want attention, look at me jacket. And also, let me show my face. I think it's quite cute. Ignore the sofa, but I think I look cute. So we're going to leave the hair. That's going to try and dry. It's got a lot of gel in it, but I'm still... This is difficult. But I'm trying to stick in with it because I want it to work. Anyway. We're going plant shopping. I'm gonna go buy a bag of dirt. I'm gonna bag of dirt. Yeah, it's sweet, isn't it?
But it's helped them to be more independent of each other. The dad steals a rose,
Oh, stop whinging. Hello. I'm just putting this back on my bookshelf. I finished editing, that's what I was doing today, finished editing my video on this. That's there for you. Now I have to go back down, I have to go downstairs because I have a driving lesson. Because I'm going to learn to drive before you do and then I'll be really upset about it. And I'm not going to chauffeur you around. I really don't want to do this, but I have to. Skirt, skirt. Amazing films. If you haven't seen them or if you're being pretentious about not watching them, bad choice. Incredible films. Oh, Peter Jackson is fantastic. One of the best weekends I've had, all we did was watch all the Lord of the Rings films back to back, extended edition, and ate pizza. That was the entire day and it was fantastic. I would do that day again. I just had a driving lesson. The clutch is really, I have to learn in a manual car. I have the option to learn in an automatic, but my parents are like, learn in a manual car. I'm just terrified of it doing the thing. The clutch is confusing, but everything else makes sense. It's just muscle memory. That's what I'm telling myself. It's just muscle memory and I have to stop being a pussy. So if I get those two things down, I'll be fine. Look at me working on my New Year's resolutions. Here is your prompt for a 6-month update with yourself about how your New Year's resolutions are going.
First up, the head of the sustainable finance team.
I maintain that I'm queen of the precarious camera angle. This is very close to falling off, but it's not. Camilla, did you like the salad that we made?
I did like the salad that you made.
Did like
I helped to make it.
She did make it.
I massaged
help
the kale.
help it. I've had a glass of Aperol. I haven't spoken English properly all week. It's not going very well. What did I say to you really stupidly yesterday?
I don't know.
I said a lot of words in not the right order and a lot of swapped around a lot of the beginning of different words.
To be honest, same. I think that's lockdown.
Yeah, our brains have been turned to mush. Being an adult is very fun. But yes, you need to go home now. Okay, I love you. No, get out. Get out. Good Wednesday morning. I'm going for a lash lift, which I think I mentioned. I've never done that before, so shall we have a before? These are my lashes now. I've never had them perm before, but I curl them a lot, so I'm just quite interested to see how that's going to change my face. I'm going to this place in Marylebone and then we'll have a wander around there and then I'll find some breakfast. It's a Wednesday morning. I think the word you're looking for that my friends used to wind me up is unemployed. Oh, I need to show you the drawings I've made for the set that I'm signing, so I actually do work. And it's absolutely gorgeous today again. In other news, my ruby cascade's like full on busting out of its little pot. Look! Look at it go! And my string of turtles is like living its best life. Oh, it's trailing. Oh, it's just so cute. I actually haven't been to Marylebone High Street in forever, which is kind of silly because I used to work there. So I know the area really well. And do you know what else is in Marylebone High Street? Daunt books. So, might go get something else. And never forget, SPF 15 hats. Oh, this one's. Good morning. I wasn't very chatty yesterday, I don't know. Yesterday was like a low energy day. So I had my like lash lift, I'll show you that in a second. Because they're like sort of like a skin sort of clinic and whatever. I ended up somehow in like a consultation for like, you'll know I have very, very stubborn hyperpigmentation. It's not acne, it's not even active acne. She like confirmed that for me and that was like a reassurance. Yeah, I just have a lot of stubborn hyperpigmentation. I mainly actually went in to ask about microneedling. They do that there, and then she was like, that's not gonna help you at this point. I was like, please. So we went over my skincare routine because obviously being like doctors and stuff, they can actually give you like more strong stuff. So when I went to the GP, because I did for my acne, my GP gave me like benzoyl peroxide and clindamycin. Deals with like if there's any like bacteria with the acne and whatever, get rid of that. But I always wanted retinol because my acne wasn't the problem at that point anymore. It was more that I had scarring, and I asked my GP like, can I not have retinol? She was like, no. And I thought that was really weird. And then the one I spoke to in like the skin clinic, she also said that was most unusual. Validated. So now I have tretinoin and hydroquinone, which I know is a bit of a controversial ingredient sometimes. For what I'm using it for, it's fine. For those of you who don't know, sometimes it's controversial because it's used in a lot of like lightening creams that are marketed at like women of colour. I did get compliments on my skincare routine, but just that it's not what I want it to do, it's not strong enough. Some of this is still from last August, like, and also because it keeps coming in the same place, it just makes it all worse and worse and worse. It's just like, it's a very vicious cycle, so it sucks. But on the whole, it's getting a lot better. I don't know if you saw in my this video, I was really chuffed with how I managed to cover it up. Like I actually got, like, I've got a very good concealer, I've got a very good foundation at the moment, so that was nice. But yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I got to about midday and I was like, why am I still here? Anyway, let me show you my lashes. Let me put my before below. I'm actually quite pleased with it. So if you get a perm done, that's where they like chemically curl your hair. So they can basically also do that to your lashes. So they like chemically lift your lashes. So it's like a lash perm or a lash lift. They put like a bar, sort of like silicone bar down and like stick your lashes to it. There are loads of videos about this if you want to go have a look. You should put like the small rod in. I feel like maybe I should have gone for a medium because it was very aggressive yesterday. So that's why I'm really showing you now after it's gone down a little bit. It's meant to last like 4 to 6 weeks. Some people say like almost 8. So we'll see. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, I got it done at Story in Marylebone. I'll leave a link for them down below, and it was £75 and it took about like an hour. Not gonna lie, it's really strange. I never had it done before. It's very strange. You're lying there and it basically feels like there's a weird bug down, like dancing on your eyes. It's very strange in that sense. My lash technician managed to get like some of the chemicals in my eye, so moments where it was really stinging and really burning. I was like, if I get blind, this will be how. And also because you're lying there with your eyes closed for an hour, I'm just like, this is a point where she's gonna chlorophyll me and steal my organs. It's a front for stealing your organs. And then when you get down that train of thought, it just keeps going and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub full of ice. Amazing. Just girly things. They have like a whole list of all the stuff you can get done there, but like obviously it's a really long list of all of the things people can get done. Like I was like, all the things they can do to like sculpt you and like yank your face back like that, and like all of these are like technically like they're not surgery things, they're just like cosmetic things you can do. And I was just looking like, wow, no wonder I don't look like certain like celebrities and stuff, because none of it's natural. Like none of it is like, people just don't look like that. I was watching this Vogue like beauty get ready with me. I'm not gonna say who it was, but like their entire this part of their face, it didn't move. It was quite impressive how little it moved. And I have lines up here. I'm aware I've had lines up here. I've had lines up there since I've been 16, but it's because I move my eyebrows so much. It's like half my personality at this point, it's how much my eyebrows move. I'm kind of known for the fact that my face does not shut the fuck up, so even if my mouth isn't saying anything, you'll still know. It's caught me out so many times, but you know, is what it is. I don't know, it weirdly made me feel so much better about myself, because I was looking at this list of things you can get done and I'm like, wow, I'm just here to lift my lashes because one of my friends does it and also looks good on her, so I was like, I'm gonna do that. Also, I feel like there's a point that I have to like, not that I have to say this to you, but I feel like it's important to mention it, because like, I didn't know what a lash lift was for obviously a long time, and now I'm looking at so many like pages of like models and Instagram, like influencers and celebrities and stuff, and I'm looking at their lashes like, yeah, there's no way you haven't had that done, there's no way that you're not wearing extensions, there's no way that you're like, and I feel like because people don't disclaim it, you're defaulted to think that it's natural. I just felt better knowing these things exist, so obviously I'm always going to not disclaimer it to you, but I'm always going to make sure that you know I've had a thing done. I don't always look like this, you know? For example, if I got any surgery and stuff, like, I would tell you, and I'm not someone who has anything against plastic surgery, like, I've already almost I know what I'm going to get done, not now, but eventually, and some people have an ethical problem with that, that's fine. I know that in another life, if I'd have gone into medicine, which is something I thought about, I probably would have been a plastic surgeon. That's definitely what I would have done. I just think it's really cool. Yeah, I have no moral objections with it at all. And don't really like when people turn it into a moralising discourse. I don't think you should. You're not a better or worse person because you're natural and because someone else has had work done. Like, I don't think that's a very fair discourse at all. But I don't like when people don't disclaimer it, or like don't say these things, because that sets a really unrealistic standard for other people. To then you're measuring yourself against a really expensive and like standard and effort standard that a lot of people don't have access to. But anyway, I feel like that's just a good old little reminder, because, you know, we all know that social media ruins our mental health, so that's just like another thing to think about. You're not ugly in any way, you just haven't coughed up the amount of money a lot of the celebrities have. But yeah, I got my lashes lifted. I actually quite like it. Probably will do it again. Did burn and sting a little bit. Not for everyone. It genuinely feels like there's a bug on your eyelashes. And I got a bunch of prescription strength things, and I got it privately, so it's spenny, which is always fun. But yeah, hopefully we should just speed it up, because I just don't want to spend another year with a lot of the stuff on my face. I'm like, no. And also she said my skincare routine was really good, but it's just not going to be as fast as like I clearly want it to be. And she said skincare is a commitment and patience, but it's like, I know, and like, how many more products and how many more skincare routines and how many more breakdowns about the way I look? Like, can we not? And then I bought stuff. Shall I show you what I bought? I definitely didn't retail therapy. No.
Is there anything that I'd be remotely interested in?
Yes, because I won.
You won?
I won. So, do you know what these are? It's like an ongoing thing in our family about the placemats in the kitchen. So I went into this shop and I was on the phone with Mum because I wanted attention. I won the argument about the placemats. These are the placemats we have now. These are the placemats that like we actually need. This whole first placemats were like not the right texture. The second placemats were accidentally, Mum bought them, were accidentally way too expensive and also useless, because like they're like sort of reted or whatever, so you can like stuff can get through. And then Mum bought more placemats and they're not like rigid enough, and also I don't like the design. So we have this now. There were lots of different colours. I sent pictures to Mum being like, which ones do you like? So yeah, we can wipe these clean, nothing's gonna get through, and it looks very nice. I'm very excited about it. I bought books, but actually I'll show you this in a second. Next, I went into anthropology because I'm that white woman. Louis and I never seem to have any mugs. Louis, I bought a mug. Do you see the mug? Mugs in anthropology are always huge.
Yeah, massive.
I know. It's like a little. It's like a soup bowl.
Look.
What? Hey, bring that back, Louis. The next ugly products that I have for my skin. This is where I went. So they gave me a moisturiser, a hydroquinone, and then tretinoin. It's quite a strong retinol. I love retinol. I've been using retinol for the past 6 months. But retinol is something you need to be very careful with. You need to build it up very slowly. Otherwise you will get retinol uglies. So tretinoin is quite strong. So they gave me a moisturiser for that. I don't think I'll probably get this again. So this is the, oh look, I love the lashes. So this is the tretinoin that I have. You know, it's a very strong retinol, so it increases the rate of your skin turnover. So the problem with a lot of my scarring, hyperpigmentation, it is, luckily, she said, I don't have any like physical indent scarring, which is why I don't need microneedling. So that was really good news, but it means that a lot of this is in my dermis rather than my epidermis. So if you know, if your skin has like epidermis, dermis, lower dermis. We changed my skincare routine. This is what it is now. but it just means that it's going to take a lot more skin cycles to push it out, and what retinol can do is speed that up. I was using the 1% Ordinary in Squalene, and I liked that, it was really good. My face never like hated it, but it's also because I've been using for retinols a long time, like building them up. This is my third, so this will be my fourth strength of retinol that I've used progressively, so my face is in a good place to start using this, I'd say, which is quite nice. So I'm looking forward to this. It's really just that my skincare routine was fine, but now it's like leveled up into more prescription grade stuff because I'm so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired. This is the moisturizer. I'll see how good this is because I've had a lot of really good moisturizers in the past, but I'm not that interested really in a moisturizer, but I'm happy to try it, especially in the early stages of this. They're meant to like go together, so they're formulated for the other. At least that's what they're saying, so you know. This is the hydroquinone that I've got. It says skin bleaching, which is terrifying and not really something I would have bought myself, you know? Like, this has been like recommended, given to me, so that's okay, because the idea of buying something with skin bleaching is like, I think the fuck not. But yes. Hopefully this is gonna dissipate on my face. And this as well. This never really scarred as badly, which is quite nice. But this did, and it sucks. This is what we've got going at the moment, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's see how that goes. And of course, the only thing that really mattered, and I was asked this like 3 times while I was there, I was like, what SPF do you use? Do you wear SPF every day? Yes, I do. I have SPF 50. I use this. This stuff is so good. I recommend this to absolutely every single one of you. It's the Fact 50. Genuine, like, if you're gonna put a factor anything on, why wouldn't you just put on Factor 50? Like, you may as well. It's fine with makeup, it's fine with everything else. Do you, can you show the nice ladies and gentlemen the mug, please, Louis? Hold it, Louis, hold it in front of my face. There we go. It's very nice, and is that mine? Louis, you know, one of my products is skin bleaching.
What?
And then I went into Dawn and I bought some books. I initially was like, oh, there's nothing really in here that's like, I can't really be bothered. Louis, I bought books. I was initially like, oh, I haven't really got anything I want to read. None of this is like speaking to me. But then I saw Calvino. And then I saw Calvino again. Because you guys know that I've read If on a Winter's Night a Traveller. And I really enjoyed that. Louis, you liked Calvino when you read him. You might like these ones as well. And I remember my mum was talking about it. She was explaining some of the different like famous ones that he has. And the one that I wanted was the one where he's in the tree. And it wasn't in the section with all the other Calvino, but it was somewhere else. So I saw it and I was like, aha. This is a man who goes into a tree and never comes back down again. From the age of 12, the Baron Cosimo Pio Vasco di Ronda makes his home among ash, elm, magnolia, plum and almond, living up in the trees. Amazing. It's a little bit absurdist and I quite like that. And also I really rate the vintage editions. Their words are just big and dyslexia friendly, but it's kind of the same with all of the vintage editions, as they all like, they're easy for me to read. And again, I got another one of these. I have maybe 5 or 6 of these. Not gonna lie, I do kind of use these when on Goodreads. It like tops up how many books I've read because it counts an entire book. So I'm like, this is like 300 pages, this is like 60 pages. And then I finally bought Madame de Lafayette in English because I have the Princesse de Montpensier in, or the Princess de Clèves, I can't remember which one it is, but now I have it in English, which I didn't have before. Wow, this text is massive. Oh my god. Yay. But she's sort of, Madame de Lafayette is to an extent credited with the first like French novel. Wait, what? This is getting so meta. Look what I just noticed. What the fuck? I didn't even notice that. Okay, so Madame de Lafayette is to an extent, Madame de Lafayette is credited with sort of the first kind of novels in France. And you get a lot of like roman fleuve sort of thing. Not with her necessarily, but it's the same sort of genre. She is 17th, is that correct? 17th century. First published in 1678, so she is 17th century. It's a lot of wars of religion. It's a lot of like, yeah, you're living in your castle and you're like, oh, someone's gonna marry me and whatever. And if you haven't watched the film, this, it's so good. I highly recommend. I recommended it in my costume dramas video, which you can watch right there. This is kind of like escapist. This is what the romantics like think they're writing about, basically. I'm hoping this is similar like Stendhal vibes, like Charles Palmer. That should be really good. Have you ever read any Stendhal, Louis?
I thought you said stand out. But you're trying to say stand out, but I fucked it up.
No, I said Stendhal.
Yes, it's a real stand out.
Got some more books. And a publisher has reached out to me and been like, hey, would you like one of our editions? And I'm like, oh my god, yes I would. So stay tuned for that. You'll see that in a book haul at some point as a bit more of an elaborate discussion on these. So yeah. That's about it. I definitely didn't buy stuff to make me feel bad. I can't believe you stole my mug. I'm kind of irritated. Did you wash it?
Duh.
And now I have another driving lesson and I really don't want to go.
This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
This video isn't. This is so stupid, I can't explain to you how much happier this makes me. And while I'm here, I guess I should probably, wish me luck that I don't go hit anyone with a car. Hello.
I'm in traffic.
That wasn't horrific. That went significantly better. I drove around, this is like a block, and like drove around that quite a few times, and like when you actually pick up a bit of speed, well, it's actually quite fun, and I started doing a lot of things just doing it rather than like everything a bit more. I'm starting to understand the clutch. I'm starting to understand that, and so it's going a lot better, and I'm actually not, I'm like actually maybe enjoying it. I booked the rest of my lessons, so let's see how that goes. I need to convince my mother to drive with me a little bit. Let's not panic. And now I'm going to see a couple of my friends. They wanted to do like the cable car thing that you can do, and I've never done it because it's so touristy, but they were like, let's do it, and I was like, alright. I don't have a phobia of heights, but I don't like flying and I don't particularly enjoy cable cars. They do not know this, however, so, and I don't intend on telling them until they spot me panic. So let's see if I can get away with it. This is me coping with my phobias. I'm like, let's see if I can get away with it. And also, I may have dropped a few more bags, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. I kind of really want them, and I really like them. I have to leave or I'm gonna be late. I'm pleased with this fit though. Look, it's all very, I feel like the whole thing is quite 90s. And then I've got that jacket as well. This is a bag of dirt. Just plant things. See, can you believe no one chose me to be their DOP? That's just rude.
I have an ADD.
You have an ADD? Have you got it with you?
Do
you? It's because it's a good vlog camera, so that's why. Because look, I can see me.
Yeah, I know. That's good.
They're being tourists, I'm being.
Taking photos of buildings.
I'm not taking photos, I'm filming. It's season 6 of the vlog, Sid. Get with the program. Oh, and I had a great time to mention I fucking hate gondolas. I hate them so much.
Oh, they're so high up.
Take a picture and verify.
See, it is like shaking.
The worst to do anything like this with is my siblings.
For me, it's like, if I get paralyzed, what if he gets stuck there and he's awake, but he can hear like screams from the other place. All the essence. If you look close enough, you can see that it's me.
Wait, Sid, just put yours down next to mine. Yeah, don't ruin the shot, Sid.
All of my indoor plants, God help me, are not even this dramatic. You are outdoor plants. Why are you whinging? I have to water them every single day, otherwise they cry. Hello, welcome to, what is it today, Friday. A friend of mine has like a half day off, which is lovely, so she's requested we do activities. So I booked something, then realised I'd booked something for the wrong day, for the wrong month. So I was like, wow, I've done really, really, really well this morning. So we're gonna go have a wander around the V&A or something. I think the lashes are holding up super well. I think I prefer them now as opposed to when they were like just done. Dare I attempt some mascara on these? Big room in the V&A van. We just hit heads, that's how embarrassing we are.
You want to film and you can like walk into shot. See, now you want me to do it.
So casual, so casual, so chill. Are you enjoying yourself? It's a video colour. Oh yes, it's a very popular Russian tourist destination.
Ah yes, beautiful.
A very, very popular Russian tourist destination.
It shows passion, dedication and love that goes into creating beautiful plants. I've done stuff for work. There are just so many absolute stars.
Isn't your ankle broken?
I'm not standing.
One day. One day, Miller.
Sorry, wait, no, don't touch it. We're not gonna accidentally.
No, we're not.
That's exactly what you were thinking as well.
No, I was not planning.
Hi, do you have a name for your cat? Hi, sake poissons.
That is such an old joke, Miller.
So there was this boy at school that used to call me, he was in one of my French classes, he used to call me Sardi Poisson. So if any of you would like to adopt that, that's fine. But he once sent an email to our class because we'd like changed what time we had something. And then like, he ended the email with like, cheers lads, also I love you so much, Sardi Poisson. Wait, like, what the fuck?
Filter his name out, what's that?
Classic.
Oh man, it's the sun that just...
I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite excited about my burrito. Hi T. Hi T. I got my hair to work. I've never been in there. What is it? The photographer's gallery. And they have a bookshop and they had loads and loads of film, and the guy in there knew what he was like talking about. So I had like I listed on my phone, you guys asked me, so I was like looking at all the descriptions as well. So I was like cross-referencing from like 3 different points. So but like all of it's black and white. I don't think I'm gonna shoot on colour at all like this summer. I've just got no interest in it. Sorry, we just need a moment of recognition. For the hair? I kind of got it to work. Look. Okay, it's never gonna be curly, but it's quite wavy. But like, where are they? Look at these little pieces. Oh! I'm honestly so gassed. Brunch was lovely. Me and my friend went to look, we were gonna drop off film to get developed, but everywhere decent is shut on a weekend, so that's my job for next week. Stay tuned for that. Then my friend took me to the photographer's gallery. It's not open at the moment, but the bookshop and the shop. Mother? To be fair, this might actually just be more of the film that I ordered. I think I ordered more film and that might be arriving. I also ordered, you're sat on a box, I ordered tennis balls because I've requested my mother's coming. She's being very consistent for the vlog, I must say, but my mother's coming and I got her to bring my tennis racket because me and my friends are like, could play tennis, could play tennis. Because this is the only way to socialise with your friends. Is like, or let's go for brunch, or let's go do a sport of some sort. Anyway, I bought more film. I'm just gonna look through all of my books to see what I shot on, because I think it's taken me until now to like fully appreciate that different film stock will make your photos look different. So I'll show you what I got. So first of all, book. First of all, I bought Susan Sontag's on photography. I have Regarding the Pain of Others, which is incredibly frustrating that they are not the same edition, but whatever. This is about like the ethics of photographing people in pain and in suffering. It's really good for like photojournalism and stuff. So this is an interesting one, but it's kind of the follow on for reading this. So I'd say read this first, then read this. Like, I've known about this for such a long time, so I was like, I need to read it. And I'm super excited to read it, actually. I'm really excited to read it. I'm going to stick that right at the top of my TBR. But yeah, now I think I'm just going to take a quick flick through. Most of the photographs in those books I've shot, colour will be Kodak 200 or it's Fuji 400, the Kodak Gold. So this is the film stock I usually shoot on. I usually shoot during the summer, but now I only bought black and white. There was so much tourism photographers gallery. Really recommend, really recommend. So I bought some P3200 T Max, and they all had the like descriptions. It kind of felt like reading the description on like a wine list or something. It was making me giggle. Then what is this? You are Kodak Ektar 100. Oh, is this colour? No, I did buy a roll of colour. Then I bought Ilford XP200. So the number, if those of you new to field photography, you've never done it before, the number is your ISO. So your ISO is the sensitivity of the film stock to light. So if you have a higher ISO, it means it's more sensitive, which means that you can shoot in lower light conditions. That's why I usually shoot on like 200, 400 during the summer. It also gives it a bit of grain. But film grain on stock is beautiful. Like, I love it. Like, when I shoot film, I don't have the same obsession for like clarity that I do maybe when I shoot digital, because on digital you don't get grain, you get noise, and noise is horrendous, but film grain is stunning. There are some like films where you can really see, like motion picture films, where you can really see the grain, but it makes it so much nicer. Carol, stunning in that sense. Fight Club as well, it's stunning in that sense. You should read what they did to the stock when they shot Fight Club. They put it through like different kinds of baths. They ran it through like multiple times. Like, so baths, when you like develop film, it's for like the chemical baths that you run the film through. They had loads to it. They really fucked it up to get that kind of grungy effect. And then I also bought some Kodak 400 TX. This is also black and white. So I have 3 rolls of black and white and 1 colour. I don't think I've shot any Kodak black and white. When I shoot black and white, I usually use the Ilford black and white. I've actually got a roll of mine. This is what I've got at the moment. I'm shooting on, like you saw me load in one of my last episodes, so now I'm shooting Fuji Superior Extra, which is like the green one. You can get it everywhere, it's relatively cheap. Loads of people recommend the Portra like 400. That's a really popular film stock as well. It gives you that classic like, oh, I'm shooting on film kind of look. What else? This is my friend's. She can't figure out how to get the film out. So film stock is any kind of like roll of like negative. You get that with, if you're shooting motion picture, you get it if you're shooting stills. But all this is all 35mm, which is what you put in a stills camera. If you're shooting motion picture, you're going to shoot something different. Super 8, Super 16. You can get 35mm, but then you start getting really big cameras. School was trying to get some for our term, because when we shoot our studio terms, which is terms 4 and 5, I'm starting term 4 now. Part of the reason that I wanted to go to London Film School is because they actually one of the only film schools left that will actually teach you on film. We shot, for our first 2 terms, we shot on Super 16, black and white and then colour, and now not every production is doing it, not everybody wants to, because we shoot on our Alexas as well, which are industry standard, and they're beautiful cameras. A couple of people are shooting 35mm, which is honestly ridiculous. They haven't made new 35mm motion cameras. They haven't made a new one for like 15 years. They haven't done a new one for 15 years. So basically the ones we've got are quote unquote new. They have been building new 65mm cameras. I'm pretty sure that's what Nolan shot at least bits of Dunkirk on. 65mm is like, in terms of aspect ratio, I think it's equivalent to like 4K. 35mm is equivalent to HD. 16mm is equivalent to like SD. But yeah, so 65 is still like worth making new cameras for, but like 35 isn't. It also teaches you discipline because you only get 1 shot, which is why I recommend film photography. The only time I care about photography is when I'm shooting film. I don't really care as much if it's on my Canon 80D, which is that, or on my iPhone. Now I've digressed. I was going to have a look through those books to see if I could actually look at the difference when I'm shooting a different stock. Anyway, that's an incredibly long ramble. You've asked me so often about maybe a video on film photography. I've put it off because I feel like I don't know very much. but maybe I need to do a bit more research. There's a good old-fashioned little Emma gets excited about stuff and rambles. Oh. God, why is that so heavy? Oh. Do you know how many times I wrote down what film I used? Twice. This is like 2016, 2017, it's 2017, 2018, this is 2019, and then obviously nothing because there's barely, I don't think I shot film in most of 2020, early 2020 actually, but disposable pictures are really obvious to spot. Everything else, really difficult because I didn't write any of it down, for God's sake, Emma. It is actually shocking how different it looks, and you also have to be really careful with where you get it developed. Some photos can come out under like a weird green tinge, then somewhere else they all came out under like an orange tinge, so stop going to that place. So finding good film photography, like places to get it developed, is difficult. And then it's like, well, was it your camera? Was it your stock? Was it your place you got it developed? There's one roll of film in here that's all, well, there's a couple that are quite green. There's one that's green and it's really like grainy, but like not in like a nice way. So it's like, why has that happened? My early pictures are shot on my Canon AE1, which is not a very good camera. It is a good camera, but mine isn't very good. The one I have isn't very good. The rest of it's shot on my T70, which is gorgeous. And I was using like Kodak 200, which is like, it's fine, but you get a lot of like gold. And then I realised it was like a roll of film where I had actually written on what it was. So you go from like using Kodak 200 to using Kodak like Color Plus, and that was like, that would actually pick out little blues, so that was lovely. Maybe I've got it developed somewhere else as well, but you know, I need to start paying attention. I finally got to the idea that choosing different film stock makes your pictures look different, dumb ass. Okay, so we've got that far. It's interesting, not very many of my black and white photographs in this are like any good. Me and my friends kind of agree that I think colour can be quite forgiving in a lot of ways, where black and white is if you're just not a good photographer, you're just not a good photographer, and it will show you straight up you're not very good. All you have to look at really in a way is structure, composition and light. If you start shooting good black and white, you'll shoot incredible colour. At least that's my theory. So I'm basically just gonna train myself up in black and white for a little while. You need to learn what the light is gonna look like. It's not gonna look the same to your camera as it does to your eyes, but that is just a boatload of experience, and it's incredible watching my photographs from this book, like I said, which is 2016, 17, where I'm like, what, 17, 18, transition into this book. Even the disposables are different. You just start knowing what it's going to look like here before you see it on your camera. So yeah, that was a massive fail on my behalf. I can't believe I never wrote any of it down. But I've usually been using Kodak 200 and like the Fuji, but I said, and black and white has been Ilford. That's this. Just need to get better now and can't wait to get stuff developed. Actually, while I'm yapping on about this, I'm pretty sure this is also film that I ordered. Yep. This is just meant to look filmy. This is colour, this is meant to look filmy. Lomography colour negative 400 ISO 35mm pack of 3. Analog glove. Actually, this is annoying. It doesn't have the tabs that I can tear off and put in the back. Also, I'm obviously not entirely sure how many of you have actually seen film before, so when you take it out of the little canisters, taking out these canisters, I have them up to my arse in these. I have so many of them. It'll look like this, and you pull this, and this will go into your film camera, and then when you put it back, it will go back inside. The point is, this is a nice, you see why it's like fluffy here? This is because this will then stop light getting into your little canister and wrecking all your film. By the way, if you ever accidentally open your camera, it's only gonna ruin the pictures that like the light source. You only might fuck up 2 or 3 of them. I've done it before and they were fine. If you do it really quickly, go, your photo should be fine. They should be pretty much alright. If you do that and leave it, then yeah, they're gonna be fucked. But if you do a they're usually completely fine. But yeah. Film haul? Ta-da!
You need to buy this case where you...
Oh, can you catch?
I saw this one. So you have to have this
Can
stage.
you catch?
Come on.
That's a resounding no. on a walk. I'm so glad I'm not an only child. I'm so glad I'm not an only child. And again, would you nip it in?
Stop laughing.
Would you nip it in? You nip it in the butt. You speak English. Mummy speak English so good. You nip it in the butt, not in the butt. Not in the butt. Are you writing in English? Nip it in the butt. Can I proofread it? Nip it in the butt.
She has to proofread it.
You just desperately want to be in it. It's pointing at me. Max, I named him. Oh, look, there's a bee. There's a bee.
I have to put up this.
Okay, what does long mean? Me, effort, never. Look, this is enormous. It's like a little goblet.
Is it bigger than my head?
No. Wait, you're filming or are you videoing?
I'm videoing.
It's too top heavy to like hold it like this.
Do your best kitty impression. You've got to do this, you know, panting for air at the end.
Pan up to me or something.
I think they call this the Dolce Vita.
I can't film from my angle, it's all backlit, so Miller's photography it is. How zoomed in on. Hello, good morning. It's Monday. Yesterday and the day before was really lovely and sort of spontaneous, dare I say it. Yesterday on the bikes we went like 8 or so kilometers. It was really, really lovely. The best way to like ride out 28 degrees. It's meant to be 28 again today, but I have a whole day of lectures, so I'm quickly filming this in between to say goodbye to you lot for this week. So I spontaneously ended up going for drinks and stuff with my friend yesterday, and like I saw her and I was like, oh, I haven't seen you in ages, and then I realised I'd seen her the day before. Twice. Doing really well on that front, really remembering everything that's going on. We played catch for an hour. We were adult women, we played catch for an hour and it was great. I got really excited about a tennis ball. I was like, oh my god. Wow. So now we're like discussing that we should organise like a big like rounders game with some of our friends, because I think outside we can have 30 people. Also, all the June 21st stuff is not looking like it's gonna happen. You'll see this vlog a week after the fact, so yeah, I'm predicting it hasn't happened, and I'm sure as you see this it also has not happened, which is kind of fine because I never organised a night out for the 21st, so I never bought any like tickets for anything, so I'm quite pleased, a little bit smug about it. But yeah, my term aside again this week. Okay, now we're juggling. Now the juggling really begins. But yeah, we're still on the streak of great weather. I didn't even get burnt yesterday. I didn't even burn. I just browned, which was very shocking to me. Also, it's been like 6 weeks, right? My parents haven't noticed that I have a tattoo. My mum and dad have been here all weekend. They have not. I've stopped hiding it now because it's healed. And they just haven't noticed. I'm like, have you noticed it and not said anything, or have you straight up just not seen it? Which doesn't make any sense because you've seen all the like dresses that I've been wearing. I'm like, but then the longer this goes on for, the less I'm allowed to be angry, being like, oh, we're not gonna get a job. I'm like, well, you didn't notice it for about 2 months, so. Also, the only thing with the lash lift, right, is I feel like things are falling in my eyes more than usual. So I don't know if it's dusty or like what's going on there, but I feel like things are getting in my eyes more. So maybe I messed with the function of what my lashes are actually for. maybe. Also, I've started using the retinol, the Tretinoin, and my face does not care. I want to tell myself it's already done something, obviously I do, but it's not making me feel like really red or really itchy or really anything. And I think that might be to do with the fact that I have been using retinols for almost 7 months now, and dialed it up super slowly. So I started off with the ordinary ones, and basically my thing was, once I'd got to one of the 1% ones the ordinary have, I was going to go on to more expensive ones, just because then like they're stronger, and I've like, you know, I'd like to feel like I get more of my money's worth. The ordinary are good to use to build up your tolerance to retinol, because their retinol is so cheap, so you can like get your skin used to it without spending like, I don't know, 50 quid on a retinol that you're not going to use the entire thing of, because you're gonna move to something stronger. I've had a lovely week. I hope you did too. Like, subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you all very, very soon. There you go. Goodbye. Just Google bee friendly flowers.